He has so much energy. He just danced and danced and danced.
What? And your bit? I mean, they could have been tempted to auto-tune it, but they didn't.
No. I had lots of warm-up sessions. And the late... and Haggerty's in it as well. Yeah. So my big line is the one that's like, he sprinkles ice and brings the snow.
Yeah, that come on the show, and we ask them to sing, and they're like, no, can't do it first thing in the morning. Yeah. And you've just done it.
I'm available.
She is very available. And shameless as well.
So, yes, please go download it, go buy it. Thank you very much to Saga. We had a great time recording it for Great Ormond Street Hospital. So, yeah. Christmas number one.
Again throughout the show.
I love the fact
Hashtag
you're calling it a record as well.
And the hit parade.
Oh, that's brilliant. Well,
you know, it would make a great Christmas present, wouldn't it? At this time of year, you're planning what you're going to get for Christmas.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We were trying to organising it. Yeah. Charlotte, tell me it's a lot safer than I thought it was.
There's a story in the paper, and I read this, and I thought of you instantly.
Know that you can swallow those things and they
with
come
no elephant. The
There's
UK and
more.
Australia, they wanted to see how dangerous...
And transit
Don't work
score.
out the acronym of that
Oh,
one.
blimey.
And the found and...
For real?
It is for real.
No.
Yes, listen, it was in the Journal of Paediatrics. He could find it. So there you go, just in case the worst...
The stool hardness and transit score and the found and retrieve time. You can write those down.
More importantly, is how long does it take when you...
What there every day.
Make you do it.
No, Annie didn't know anything about it. I was going to do it.
You were worried you'd lost the first two.
And so what do you do?
Good scrub afterwards.
Well, they got thrown out. Annie was furious when she found pencils. It took me about...
And say...
Yes, he swallowed it, and yeah. He wasn't fussed at all either, by the way.
Oh,
he's a romantic.
Apparently he said, look, I just thought you...
Genius.
What, taking someone to a funeral
because
for
you're
a
seeing them in all their someone's hand and crying.
the family can all...
So it got us wondering...
How glamorous he was, and he hung out in... When I got there, he was there in a little salmon pink jumper, serving red wine to...
You've got to set the scene.
It's tricky,
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's a
What
tough
about
one to get
you
right.
and
What did
Mr.
you do?
Herbert?
So Mark took me to a concert.
Oh, very...
Charlotte's just gone very toilet.
Sorry. So far.
On a lot of your...
A lot of my first dates, immediately after or during, the guy would be sick because...
How many is a lot?
Where were you meeting these people? What was the website?
Like maybe half a dozen.
What?
Because
Were you cooking for them?
No, they were so nervous about going out with me.
That's what they told you.
That during or after, they'd be so relieved. I remember a guy dropped me home once, and then my dad in the morning said, "Did you hear him? He was being violently sick outside
What
the
were
house."
you doing to these men?
They just were so overwhelmed with joy that they had a date with me. No.
We're talking to John Barrowman's husband a little bit later, Scott.
Well, you'd be in love then.
Not quite as memorable as yours.
It's pretty weird.
So our first date was at Nando's.
Ah, there you go.
And he went to the bathroom and was gone for ages, and I thought, oh my God, I've done it again. Done it again.
But you stuck with him.
Yeah.
He was more resilient.
I'm going to Wembley now. See if I can squeeze in there. I'm a little bit of a singer as well. So
Available.
So they...
never be too desperate is kind of my
But there was...
Could be
there was very few people...
I am releasing my own Christmas...
Just now?
Christmas!
So that's I'm a double whammy.
Oh, wow,
Our
we've
producers
lost
were
out
relieved
now.
about because it would have cost us a fortune.
I
We'd
know.
gone into Ian, right, well, have fun
I've
down
got to
there.
go.
Yeah.
With the weather?
Well, I have something not really to sing about this morning. Now, I want to show you these. Now, these are climate stripes, and they are a visual representation of global temperature change since records began in 1850. This is the beginning. This is 1850. They go all the way to the left to 2018, and it was announced yesterday by the World Meteorological Organization that this year, 2018, will be the fourth warmest the Earth has ever seen. Four of the top four have been in the last 4 years. The 20 warmest have been in the last 22 years. We are now 1 degree above temperatures above pre-industrial times, and every one of these lines represents 1 year on Earth. This was developed by Ed Hawkins, a professor at the University of Reading that I studied at, and at the moment we are not on track to meet any of our targets for climate change in the future, and these situations are very worrying with this very obvious warming trend continuing. This year we've already seen sea levels rising, Arctic sea ice reducing, so this is something we are going to continue to be looking at, reporting in the news, and obviously having to tackle climate change. But weather-wise, as we head through the weekend, we continue with this unsettled theme. Sunshine and showers, feeling colder today than it was yesterday, particularly through southern areas. Now, this is the scene this morning. Showers for Scotland and Northern Ireland, largely dry for England and Wales. Now, as we head through the day today, we continue with blustery blustery winds feeding more showers across the country. Heaviest for Scotland and Northern Ireland, the chance of snow above, say, 500 or 600 metres. The risk of hail to boot. Western areas have got some showers, but for central and eastern areas of England, yes, there will be plenty of sunshine around today, but it is worth pointing out it will feel a lot colder than it did yesterday. Now, as we head our way through the weekend, we will continue to see southwesterly flows bringing blustery showers, a dry, cold start to the night initially before wet weather moves in to spoil things to start our Saturday. So a blustery night through England and Wales, wet and windy weather here, cold for Scotland and Northern Ireland. So Saturday looks soggy for England and Wales. Heavy rain spreads its way eastwards, but actually much of Scotland and Northern Ireland, a good-looking day on Saturday. You start largely dry, you stay dry through the day, just a few scattered showers. But temperature-wise, it is mild. So after a soggy start, I think an improving story through Sunday. But as you can see, waiting in the wings, more wet weather moves in later on Sunday. So the outlook for Sunday is a story of sunshine and showers for many of us, but into next week, while it will stay unsettled, cold weather looks set to return. Good morning to you. Well, I will be in Windsor tomorrow ahead of the royal wedding, and let me tell you, there is a storm brewing. There is a storm called Callum in the Atlantic, heading up from the southwest, set to bring wet and windy weather through Friday and then later into Saturday. The focus for it will be strongest winds through northern and western areas, winds of up to 80 miles an hour, up to 100 millimetres of rain out towards the west. I think it'll be dry in Windsor itself, but it is set to be very windy there with gusts of 30 to 40 miles an hour. But so actually we start to see this transition today with heavy rain in the west, but it still will be warm. Now there is rain just brewing out towards the west. It moves its way through western areas with thunderstorms later, but the southeast yet again another warm day. For the weather where you
That way. You're over there.
Yeah. So just to update you on it, as we've been hearing, it's not just the most powerful storm to ever make landfall across the northwest of Florida. It's actually the fourth most powerful to ever make landfall in the state of the whole of America. Now, we've seen it being downgraded today. It's no longer a hurricane. It's still a tropical storm, but it's still tracking through. And the winds when it made landfall were 155 miles an hour. That is just 2 miles an hour off Category 5, the highest category ever. Now, the fourth most powerful to make landfall, but also it's the most powerful hurricane they have ever seen make landfall in October, and it is still on the move. It is predicted to make its way through areas that really don't usually see such intense storms. Loads of them have normally escaped the full force of this, but they are going to be badly hit, and it's the first major hurricane to move through the state of Georgia in 120 years. So let's take a look at the impact so far. Now, trees have been uprooted, acting like weapons flying through the skies, and with trees down comes power shortages. 400,000 people are without power in Florida. One man has already been killed. A tree has fallen rivers.
And you were saying these came as a surprise to the Met Office as well. They weren't expecting it.
It was something that was flagged up as a possibility, but the inundation of rain in such a short space of time caught a lot of people by surprise.
Amazing.
It's half-term coming up in a couple of weeks, isn't it? So I expect people might be wondering...
Heading over there.
Yeah.
It's half-term over the border.
Florida as well. For that.
Laura, thank you very much indeed.
Welcome back to Good Morning Britain. Now, after yesterday's scorching weather where temperatures peaked at nearly 25 degrees, it is all changed because an area of low pressure has been named Storm Callum because it's set to cause impacts through Friday and Saturday. Warnings in force from the Met Office for both Friday and Saturday. But tomorrow the focus for strong winds nearly up to 80 miles an hour in the northwest and up to 100 millimetres of rain through Wales. And potentially these could be upgraded as we head through the next 24 hours. So we start to see some changes today with rain in the west. It still will be warm, but then Storm Callum really does batter us in the west and north, particularly into the weekend. So this is the scene first thing this morning, a misty, murky one for some of us with some fog slow to clear. The best of any sunshine remains for central and eastern areas, but in the west, a band of heavy rain makes its way through southwest England, Wales, knocking on the door of Scotland with the risk of thunderstorms embedded. About cake, and I feel like we should cut the cake.
Yes.
I'm just going to do it because
No,
I'm
it's
really
red
desperate.
velvet. What
no, I think it's a
flavour is it?
rainbow
I don't
cake.
know what flavour it is.
I think it's a rainbow cake.
Make a wish, Laura.
Oh,
I'm not sure that's a big enough slice,
That's
Laura.
my piece.
Let's
Look at the
see.
size of that slice.
This is going to
No,
go
you
so
could,
well.
you
So well.
Could have tried
Can't
to
get
do
it.
that
Yeah.
earlier.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Oh, wow, that's a beautiful
It's a
cake.
rainbow.
Goodness knows what insects do they use to get the food colouring for that?
All sorts. How many insects we crush? There you go. She'll have devoured that by the time we come back.
I have. Wasn't yesterday amazing? Temperatures of nearly 25 degrees. Hope you made the most of that because the weather is set to turn. A storm is brewing. Storm Callum has been named because it is set to cause impact through Friday and Saturday, particularly through Ireland and western areas of the UK. A warning from the Met Office for how strong the winds will be, up to 80 miles an hour in the northwest. It could be upgraded to amber, and 100 millimetres of rain across Wales. So that is one to watch out for through tomorrow. But for today, we also have a band of rain moving in, but it still will be warm. Now, this is this morning. Like yesterday, a mild start with some mist and fog, but watch out for this rain in the west. It moves its way this morning through southwest England, Wales, Northern Ireland. Embedded within that, the risk of some thunderstorms, so short, sharp bursts of rain. Temperature-wise in the east, though, still another warm day. We could get to 24 degrees, but it turns very stormy, wet and windy through Friday and Saturday, and much cooler for many of us as we head through to Sunday. Good morning to you. Well, yesterday the weather felt like summer with temperatures into the mid-20s. Another warm day today, but the weather is turning. There is a storm brewing, a deep area of low pressure moving across the UK on Friday and on Saturday. It is called Callum, and it's been named because it's set to cause impacts and disruption as we head through the next few days. Now, the warnings at the moment as they stand are for winds of up to 70 to 80 miles an hour for Western Scotland and Northern Ireland. This could be upgraded to amber, meaning the risk of more impact, and up to 100 millimetres of rain across West Wales, and that will lead to the risk of some flooding. So that is for tomorrow, but for today, while it still is warm, we start to see our first spell of rain moving across the country. So first thing, it is a mild start to the day, still with the murky conditions, a bit misty and foggy first thing, but this band of rain moves its way through southwest England, Wales and Ireland. Within that, some embedded thunderstorm activity, so lots of spray on the roads here. But in the east, with some sunshine, another warm day with temperatures again slowly creeping into the mid-20s. Enjoy it. It turns wetter and windier tomorrow. But it is one worth tuning into. Yesterday, temperatures rose to nearly 25 degrees. But for today, it is a change in our weather. A band of heavy rain with thunderstorms in the west. Another warm day to come in the east, but a storm is brewing. Storm Callum, bringing wet and windy weather through Friday and Saturday.